Okay, hey y'all, listen, check in with me. Good afternoon. It is Monday, okay? And so it be those coming to Jesus moments for me. And I just come sharing with y'all, okay? Cause like what's up, y'all? Hey family, hey cousins, all my cousins, okay? So I know I'm not in this boat by myself, but let me just talk about the boat I'm on today. Okay? Cause surely the moment you be like, the moment I be like, the moment I said, Lord, renew in me a clean heart, transform my mind, order my steps, right? All of the good stuff, all of the good stuff. I was just like, oh, okay. Um, I just, I just realized it's way more self reflection than anything, but in this self-reflection, because I self-reflect a lot, but in this self-reflection, I just caught myself saying, I don't know if I'm grieving my late husband more, or the soul ties that I have to cutting. It's a process. They're cut, but there's levels to the cut, right? I think everybody feel like it's just this real big chop. It's not a real big chop, right? Because there are so many things that you did to create the tie that you have to go and cut those very things off too. So like, it's not just cutting off the conversation. It's not just cutting off the visitation. It's not just cutting off the text messaging, because there's uh five levels of communication, right? Verbal, nonverbal, blah blah blah. All right, so it's not just cutting off those things. You got to cut off memories. And not that you can take away memories, but when I say cut them off, because memories become triggers. For instance, with transparency, when my late husband dad uh me, and at that time my little boo thing, I'm gonna just leave it like that, right? Me and my little boo thing, we was cool. We was doing us or whatever, right? He wasn't even really like fully per se in church, but he would support me in church, like, uh, and I believe he could have did better, but like for the sake of conversation, that's that. However, the moment I made that my issue with him, like, hey, why don't you just go to church with me? It became this battle of like whatever it was. And I was like, weird, right? And so I just be so not understanding. Like, this thing called salvation is so. People make it look easy based off the grace, right? Because God's grace is sufficient. People make salvation look so easy. It is not easy. Because just like cutting wood or anything you do, after a while, after the repetition of it, your shoulders get a little sore, your arms get a little sore. You do get stronger, but you get tense, you get sore. You know what I mean? Like you because it's a workout. But nobody tells you like how to recover in the process of the workout. Just like regular working out, you got to have a recovery day. You got to have a what they call a come down period, right? When you work up, you got to work down. I don't know what that's really called, because I'm not like a workout girl, but for all you people that have like workout routines, you know what I mean, right? Like, nobody tells you how to do that in this place. In this aspect of the walk and the growth of it. Cool down period. Cool down period. It's like, what's the recovery like? What's the recovery days like? Because as I continue to cut these soul ties, I find myself in a grieving process all over again because, again, of the memories that become triggers, right? And then you're triggered, and then you have to fight the triggers, and it's a process. It's a process. And like, oh Lord Almighty, if like the physical aspect of anything you did with a person was like top notch, or even remotely satisfying to the flesh, right? Because now you're putting your flesh under submission, and that's a whole nother battle, right? And not that we're not conquerors. I believe everybody and anybody can be and is a conqueror, but if it starts in the mind, if it starts in the mind and you even let the thought simmer for a second, then what? I mean, I get it. You repent, you go through the phase, you pray it out, yada yada yada. Okay. Or maybe it's just me. Or maybe it's because I'm in the beginning stage. Maybe it's because I'm in like the beginning stages of everything of it. I see so many people say they at year 2, they're but like I don't really hear or see people talk about like the beginning stages. I'm within the first 60 days of like this complete transition. And when I say complete transition, it's because, well, we're in May. So I'm within the first 5 months of this complete transition, because I did hear a person say before, give yourself grace because things happen in stages. Okay, so stage 1 for me was the smoking. Stage 2 was the drinking, right? I'm at stage 3, which was the fornication. Let me go back. Stage 1 for me was actually self-pleasuring, right? Because, let me tell y'all, I threw away all my roses, and I had a few. I was like, this is the Lord's will. Anyway. And then it's like, then stage 2 was smoking, stage 3 was drinking, stage 4 is now fornication, right? So boom, boom, boom. I'm staging it. So it's like, but then when you say, hey, like let's create a support group, let's make sure we can like support other people, then it becomes this whole hocus pocus conversation, and I'm just like, this really do be like an island thing. This is really like per person. And you really have to seek the face of the Lord for yourself. Like, because people will play good, act good, talk good, like they really want to walk a walk with you, but really they don't. They don't. And it's not a negative. It's just a reality. And this is the progress of a widow. This is the transformation of a widow.